me. Please exclude the titles like Mr., Miss, Mistress, etc. The second part, which comes under the header section, is include your permanent address or current address. While writing permanent current address, you should take care that you have to write the four things: number of the plot, street land, landmark, name of the town, city, and don't forget to write pin code number. Yes, another point which comes under the header section, or you should more concentrate on that, is email address. Please, while writing resume, use a regular email. Don't give very trendy email like bigboy.com like this one. And the last one is, please write your telephone number. Let's see how the header section should look like. Contact information. For example, I have given my own example: full name, address, pin code, telephone number, email address. This is a contact information. Second section of resume is career objective. As far as career objective concerned, career objective show your character, your talent. So it should be a gateway of your resume, or gateway of to get the interview as far as the resume is concerned. How to write a career objective? While writing career objective, please keep in mind that the statement should be clear, concise, and to the point. Don't write in general while writing the career objective. I want to get a job, but be specific. Keep in mind the prospective employer. Like I have given one example on slide, you may see it: to attain an internship in the computer industry, working with the database or network security. So another example which I have noted there is that I prefer objective from the company's perspective to attain a web application programming position where knowledge of Java will add the value overall development process. So this is the career objective section. Let's see the example of career objective on the next slide, where I have given the two examples. An objective describe your career goal. The objective should fit the job for which you are applying. I have given the two examples. The first example is like to obtain a position in construction where I can gain experience and prepare for a career as an electrician. The second example which I like to focus is like this: to obtain a position in banking where I can gain experience, knowledge of a potential career in financial services. The third section of resume is work experience. Under the work experience, while writing, please keep in mind that there are certain points which is pertaining to the format. While writing work experience, write in the first line employer and location in the first line. Don't need to include a detailed description about company and location. The second one is the position and time spent on a particular company. While writing that, please write only year, don't write month and year. The second one, in each position, explain or describe at least two your achievement, or what you have done, what you have carried out. Then third one, while writing the work experience, please students, if you are writing about your current jobs, then use the present tense. If you are writing about your previous job, former jobs, then use the past tense. The next section of resume is the work. Before that, let's see the work experience example, like which I have shown on the slide. August 1998 2000, Patni Computer, Gandhinagar. Position software engineer. Under the two bullets, you may find the two achievement like this, and the second example is the present. Now go to the next slide. It is about honors and activity section. As far as the honor and activity section, whatever you have done during your college time, please write, but write in a moderate way. You can include extracurricular activities where you may have participated in NSS, NCC, and others. You may have obtained a first rank in a basketball, cricket that you can add. While writing the extracurricular activity, please don't write your hobbies which is not suit to your story or to the job nature. Yes, unless until asked, don't write about a voluntary activity like the participated in blood bank camp like this one. So this is about work experience. Now let's go for the another section. Activities and honors. This is the example of activity and honors. List the activity you do in addition to attending classes like sports, band, club, community groups like Rotary, Lions, religious activity. How one should write? You write like this one: BA 3 years program, first place state level winners in sports, drama, dance, etc. etc. MA, MSc, MCom. At this master degree level, you have worked as a secretary of your club. You may work as a team leader of NSS, NCC, and others where you participated as per the religious activity concerned. This is activities and honor. The next section of resume is skill section. Skill section is the vital section in a resume. Most of the time, prospective employer or screening committee will focus on this area only. This is known as a skill section. This is where you can emphasize your technical skills. Technical skills mean the first one is a programming language. Put in order of familiarity and expertise. Yes, what I want to say here, while writing the programming language, you should give the rank of first where you have the more confidence or more expertise. This is the first. Then if you are applying for software engineer, then give some example of platform you use or languages like Java, Android, OS and Android and others. This is about one more section. Now let's go for another section. This is about skills and ability. List any experience or qualification that show that you are potential for the job. It show your talent. I have given two examples here. The first one is the management skills. As far as the management skills concerned, you show here your leadership qualities, where you lead the group when you are in the college. Another skill is the communication skills. Yes, no doubt you too write in a resume that you have participated in debate, elocution competitions, you lead the group discussion, etc. 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 Now let's see on the slide the next section of the resume. This is how to deliver a resume. Once you prepare a resume, then it is next step would be how to deliver the resume. So there are broadly two ways to deliver the resume. One is the posting. You can post, you can courier your resume, but before that there are certain common mistakes where you should avoid. The first one is, as far as the mistake is concerned, is the formatting. Convert text only in a use. That means use whenever you prepared resume in Word, please convert in the PDF. So in PDF, while you submit the PDF, there is less chances to change the alignment. Then before submitting, please proofread. There should not be errata, printing mistake, typological mistakes. Yes, while preparing posting the resume, before that see whether the prospective company asks you to write the salary. Then write. While writing the salary, be honest to write, otherwise leave it blank. The second one is the online submission. As far as the online submission concerned, you have to mail it. While mailing, do two things. Keep in mind the two things. The first one is you mail as an attachment, and second one you mail as a text email. And do check along with the company. Please give the two copies to your friend to verify whether it reached properly or not. Now see the next slide. Which are the resume checklist? In a modern time, we are always hurry. So please, before submitting the resume, there are certain checklists then you should keep in mind. The first one is the order of information. As far as the order of information concerned, student, please see whether you are logically organized or not. Let me elaborate what I want to say here. As far as the chronological concern, first check in resume that whether you have written header section. Under header section, please keep in mind that your name should be in a large font, complete contact information whether given or not. Then career objective should be specific to the job nature where you are applying. The third one, summary of qualification, write in a present to the past context. Then experience, under the experience please don't write in month and year but only mention the year only. Then skills, skill can be categorized in functional area like management skills, computer skills, professional skills and communication skills. Then last one is the activities and last one is the personal information. Second one is the completeness, concise. It should be concise in a language point of view, in a context point of view. Don't write in a very exaggerated manner. The third one, relevance, whether the resume is relevant to the job where you are applying in terms of requirement, need, company's profile, that you have to keep in mind. The third would be the language point, syntax point, semantic point of view. As far as the semantic point of view concerned, you have to take care about language, vocabulary. Please student, while writing resume, use the action verb, don't use the passive verbs. Third one, as far as language is concerned, whether you have used appropriate vocabulary, mechanics, yes, as far as the mechanics of a language concerned, grammar, you have to concentrate on grammar. Writing a resume, please don't write in a first person or in I. Then third one is the accuracy. So you have to take care of accuracy in terms of layout. Resume should be appealing to the job. Next on next slide you may find some example. The first example which I have shown in slide is I would consider is a good, where you may find the first is the header section. Okay, as far as the header section concerned, you can write in center of the page, on page, or you may select either left or a right margin. After that you have to write a career objective, then summary of qualification. As summary of qualification you can write in and where you can use a bullet, then work experience like this one. This is the one example. Let's see the another example of a resume. The another example of resume where you find in a different style of resume where the most important points, it is aligned on left side and parallel to the which are the important for one by one, it is given in a bullet format. This is the good example of resume. Student, while writing resume, there are two things you should keep in mind, that it should appeal to the prospective employer. Screening committee will always look, or they hardly spend 1 or 2 minutes on your resume. So within 1 and 2 minutes you should write in such a way that it should attract to the screening panelist. In short, in summary of resume should serve the three purpose which I have display on a slide. Let's see on the slide. Resume should speak for you when you are not there. That means it should serve your purpose. It should present your character. It should fulfill your objective to get the interview call. Resume serve as a marketing tool, which I have discussed previously, that as far as the marketing tools concerned, we all are in a global competition where your resume should market your potentiality and achieve the opportunity for an interview. The third one, it must be sufficient to invite an interview call. And the last one is it sometimes work as a screening tool. So here we have discussed three things under the application. Dr. Vyas had discussed very nicely about how to write a covering letter, which is the vital components of application. The second one is the resume and CV.
Before we conclude this session, there are two short things that I would like to bring to your notice. That when you are preparing your resume and writing about your hobbies, don't try to influence the reader by mentioning about the hobbies which you really do not have. It once so happened that one of the applicants wrote that he is interested in chess, and this is a real incident. And when he was called for an interview, the interviewer asked him some questions, one or two on the game of chess, and surprisingly, shockingly, the candidate was not able to answer the questions. So make sure that you write about your interest and hobbies only which you are really interested and which you have played or you have been playing. Last thing on this session is that you should also keep revising your resume regularly, at least after in a duration of 6 months or quarterly. You should see that you keep changing your resume, adding few things and removing the details which you do not find necessary. In the end, both my colleague and I wish you all the best, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much.